The Leh-Manali Highway is a highway in northern India connecting Leh in Ladakh in Jammu and Kashmir state and Manali in Himachal Pradesh state. It is open for only about 4.5 months in a year, in summer between May and June when the snow is cleared, and mid-October when snowfall again blocks the high passes. It connects Manali Valley to Lahaul and Spiti valleys and Zanskar Valley in Ladakh. Leh-Manali Highway was designed and built and is maintained entirely by the Border Roads Organisation of Indian Army. It is capable of supporting the heaviest of Army vehicles. Geographical features. The average elevation of Leh-Manali Highway is more than 4,000 meters and its highest elevation is 5,328 meters at Ladakh.Leh mountain pass. It is flanked by mountain ranges on both sides featuring some stunning sand and rock natural formations. The highway crosses many small streams of ice-cold water from snow-capped mountains and glaciers. Melts without a bridge, and it requires driving skill to negotiate fast-flowing streams. The landscape changes immediately after getting past Rohtang Pass and entering into Chandra River Valley in Lahaul region that lies in rain shadow. The greenery on the southern side of the mountain pass disappears and the mountain slopes on the leeward side become brown and arid. However, the mountain peaks are covered in snow and shine brightly in sun. Leh-Manali Highway is generally 2 lanes wide without a road divider, but has only 1 or 1.5 lanes at some stretches. It has over a dozen Bailey bridges and most of them are in dilapidated condition. The highway has many damaged stretches and under-maintenance portions where even a little rainfall can trigger landslide, making it very dangerous to cross the stretch of the road. The riding quality is not good at many places and fast speeds can cause discomfort. Length of highway. The total length of the highway is about 490 kilometers. The distance in Himachal Pradesh state between Manali and Sochi was 230 kilometers, and the distance in Ladakh region from Sochi to Leh is 260 kilometers. At Sochi, Lahaul region ends at the Himachal Pradesh state border and Zanskar region starts in Ladakh region of Jammu and Kashmir state. Route: Manali, Rohtang, Jot, Gramfu, Kokza, Tandi, Keelong, Jispa, Darcha, Singzingbar, Baralay, Chila, Bharathpur, Sarchu, Garthaloops, Naki, Lakulangla, Pang, More Plains, Tanglalangla, Gya, Upshi, Karu. Leh distances 1. Manali to Mahi at 3,300 meters, elevation 33 kilometers. It is a steady climb. 2. Mahi to Rohtang Pass at 3,980 meters, elevation 18 kilometers. It is a steady climb. 3. Rohtang to Gramfu at 3,200 meters, elevation 19 kilometers. It is a steady descent. Turn left at Gramfu on the highway along Chandra River. The right turn at Gramfu leads to Spiti Valley and Baital, Kunsumla and Kazar on a road along Chandra River that is paved for some distance and then unpaved. 4. Gramfu to Kokza, the first village north of Rohtang Pass, 6 kilometers. Foreign nationals have to show the passports with valid visa at the police check post here. 5. Kokza to Sisu at 3,130 meters, elevation 25 kilometers. There is a helipad at Sisu. The highway runs along left bank of Chandra River. 6. Sisu to Tandi at 2,570 meters, elevation 8 kilometers. Tandi is situated at the bottom of the river valley at the confluence of the Chandra River and the Bhaga River, which merge to form the Chandra-Bhaga River. Cross the Bhaga River over the bridge towards the right, take the right turn at the fork and the road again starts climbing. 7. Tandi to Keelong at 3,080 meters, elevation 9 kilometers. 8 Keelong to Jispa at 3,310 meters, elevation 22 kilometers. 9. Jispa to Darcha at 3,360 meters, elevation 6 kilometers. All tourists have to register at the police checkpost here. 10. Darcha to Zingzingba 4,270 meters, elevation 26 kilometers. The steep ascent to Lahaul starts at Zingzingba. 11. Zingzingba to Lahaul pass at 5,030 meters, elevation 18 kilometers. It is a steady climb. 12. Lahaul to Bharatpur 2 kilometers. It is a steady descent. 13. Bharatpur to Sarchu at 4,300 meters, elevation 38 kilometers. Sarchu is a military base and has a police checkpost. Register at the police checkpost here. 14. Sarchu to Pang 4,600 meters, elevation 80 kilometers, climbing 500 meters through the Garter loops at 4,190 meters elevation and traversing through Nakila Pass at 4,739 meters and Lahaul Pass at 5,065 meters elevations. Register at the checkpost at Pang. 15. Pang to Lahaul pass at 5,328 meters elevation, 69 kilometers through a 4,700 meters plateau called Moor Plains or Mori Plains. 16. Lahaul pass to Upshi 60 kilometers. Upshi has a customs and excise taxation checkpost before crossing the river. Stop here for checking of vehicles. Then cross Indus River to reach Upshi village on the right bank of the river. An ancient trading road heads to the east from Upshi towards Tibet. There is a helipad on this road. 17. Upshi to Karu 16 kilometers after crossing Indus River. The highway is on the right bank of the river from Upshi to Leh. Turn left at Upshi for Karu. Do not take the right turn that leads to the east towards Tibet. 18. Karu to Leh at 3,500 meters elevation, 35 kilometers. Continue on the highway towards Leh. Do not take the right turn just before Karu that leads to Shyok. The distance from Lahaul Pass to the Lahaul Pass is 87 kilometers via Pang. Travel time. The Leh-Manali Highway consists of generally bad stretches of roads, snow crossings, water crossings due to glacial melts and occasional landslides. It transverses high passes at over 5,000 meters. Travel time is unpredictable due to uncertainties of weather that can turn inclement any time and place spoil sport. The journey along the road normally takes at least 2 days if done in a rush, or more days depending on the condition of the road and vehicle. Tourists and travelers make overnight stops at Jispa and tented camps such as Sarchu. Alternately, overnight stops can be made at Keelong town. The peak travel season is during May and June when a lot of tourists visit Rohtang Pass. Most of the domestic tourists return to Manali and not cross Rohtang Pass towards north. Much of Rohtang Pass remains covered by snow even during summer. Public buses start from Manali towards Keelong and onwards early at 4 a.m. and after every 2 hours or so until 12 noon. The noon bus is the last one. The time taken until Keelong is 4 to 10 hours depending upon the condition of the road and traffic jam that occurs at Bisnala near Mahi and then at Rohtang Pass. It is advisable to cross Rohtang Pass before 8 a.m. Private four-wheel drive taxi are available. Share taxi are cheap as they charge per person but should be avoided by tourists as they are overcrowded with local residents and do not allow a good view of the outside. The fun in the journey is lost while traveling cramped in share taxi. Moreover, they cannot be stopped at any place. Some tourists travel from Manali to Leh and other places in Ladakh on motorcycles, generally in a group. Altitude sickness. Owing to the rarefied atmosphere at high altitude, less oxygen is breathed in and many travelers experience altitude sickness or acute mountain sickness. Before beginning the journey on the highway towards Leh, it is advisable to stay at the starting point Manali one night and minimum one night at either Keelong, Jispa or Darcha to cope with the high passes and plains after Darcha. It is strongly advised not to sleep in Pang on the upward journey as it can cause acute mountain sickness, headache, nausea, dizziness and vomiting. There have been deaths from AMS as well. The safe option is to camp at a higher altitude after getting acclimated to lower oxygen levels. It is also advisable to carry chocolates, glucose or other high-energy food on the journey and spend only a little time at the high mountain passes. Climate along the highway. Ladakh is a cold semi-arid desert. It is cold along the highway even in summer. The days are warm in bright sunshine but the nights are very cold. The water from glacial melts is ice cold and one should avoid getting wet in water crossings on the highway. Light woolens are required during the day and thick woolens at night. There is no rainfall between Rohtang Pass and Leh even during the monsoon season in July to September as the entire region lies in rain shadow. The greenery on the southern side of Rohtang disappears and the mountain slopes on the northern side become brown and arid. However, the mountain peaks are covered in snow and glare brightly in sun. Accommodation along the highway. In India, a dhaba is a roadside eatery with low prices and no frills. It is not a motel. Such dhabas or eateries are found at some otherwise uninhabited places along the highway. Dhabas generally allow drivers to lie down and rest for a while. An occasional dhaba may provide a dormitory bed to a tourist at a low price. Manali city has many hotels to suit all budgets. Koksar village has only one guest house. Sisu has a hotel and pond rest house. Sisu has a beautiful waterfall on the other side of River Chandra. Sisu has a helipad for helicopter service from Manali during winter. Tandi village is situated at the confluence of the Chandra River and Bharga River, which merge to form the Chandra-Bharga River that is known as Chenab River downstream. Keelong town is district headquarters and has proper hotels including an HPTDC hotel and pond rest house. Jispa village at the junction of two nullas with Bharga River has one luxury hotel, a guest house and tented accommodation. Darcha has temporary tented accommodation run by some local residents. The steep ascent to Ladakh.Leh starts at Zanskar. There is a stream flowing across the highway just after Zanskar. It is advisable to cross the stream before noon because the flow of ice-cold water increases as the day temperature rises. If the flow of water in the stream is too powerful for a vehicle to cross it or if the weather turns ugly en route to Ladakh.Leh, turn back to Zanskar where dhaba tent basic accommodation is available quite cheaply. Or one can go back to Darcha. There are a few tents at Bharatpur which offer only basic accommodation. Bharatpur is not a village, it is set up only for tourists during tourist season and is a collection of tents after descending from Ladakh.Leh Pass. Sarchu has only tents but with quite a few choices from cheap accommodation in dhaba tents which cost Rs. 50 per person to luxury tents costing thousands of rupees a night. Pang has tented accommodation available, although choices at Pang are less than the choices in Sarchu. Upshi has a few guest houses along the Leh-Manali Highway. Upshi is reached after crossing Indus River. It has a customs and excise taxation check post before crossing the river and a helipad after crossing the river. An ancient trading road heads to the east from Upshi towards Tibet. Karoo has guest houses. Leh is the capital and tourist hub of Ladakh and has many accommodation options to suit all budgets. Gallery